we try, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. To be organic, you have to go through a certification, and it takes years, and they come out and they test your soil and all that. We are as organic as we possibly can be. We order compost every year, and it's a mixture of mushroom and cow manure. And we put it in the fields. That's our organic fertilizer. The bugs that we deal with, we try to do what they call mechanical. We pull them off by hand. But every now and then, you know, it's tough to fight Mother Nature. And it's either I use some kind of chemical to get rid of the pests or control them. I have to do it or lose the garden. And I can't afford to lose the garden. But we are really strict on being organic. Even some of the pesticides we use is organic pesticide. It's basically dishwashing soap with like canola oil. And we spray that on. So it's not harmful to the restaurateurs. I mean, God help me if something goes wrong and it gets out there that somebody got poisoned from Cook County Sheriff's garden. Nobody would touch it. It was so hard for years. We even were going to go downtown to go to the farmer's market, and people said, like, if it was between Farmer Jones from Indiana and the Cook County jail, who would you buy produce? The sheriff told me, he said, we don't want land to constrain you. So I told him, I said, I want to crawl before I walk. So we expanded the garden. Oh, it's roughly, well, the garden was 15, we doubled the size of the garden. It was roughly about 16,000 square feet. Now it's 30,000 square feet. And we are also teaming up with the Audubon Society this year and Cook County Forestry Department. We are going to start growing endangered species plants that are native to Cook County here at the jail. And we will be transplanting them out in the prairies and stuff like that. So it's a little something different that we're trying to do. I try to grow to order. I talk to the Publican, the other restaurateurs that we service, and this is what they want. And a lot of stuff I can't get because they just don't make a seed for it. I don't even know where people get it from. But I try to get as exotic, like this year we're planting lemon cucumbers. We got watermelon radishes, you know, anything I can find exotic, it seems like, you know, these restaurants want.
Is there anything that's more popular that grows better?
Anything more popular. The radishes we seem to have a real easy time with. Basil we seem to have an easy time. Most of your herbs we seem to have pretty good easy time with. Lettuces and stuff like that we do have a harder time. You know, with the bugs and stuff, like we try to stay really organic, so it gets pretty difficult. The perks these gentlemen get when they come out here is I let them eat like rabbits. I want them to taste the fruits of their labor. They can eat as much as they want. If you see what they get for lunch, they get bologna sandwiches. So they come out here, they put cucumbers, lettuce, mustard greens, oregano, you name it. They put it on those sandwiches to dress them up. And a lot of these guys have never, ever tasted herbs or radish and stuff like this in their life. So it's good for them. The only thing they're not allowed, they cannot bring it back into the jail because that causes problems. Other guys want them to start stealing food for them. So if they get caught bringing stuff into the jail, they're immediately kicked out of the program. I treat everybody like grown-ups and men out here. There is no, I'm sorry, it won't happen again. You steal, you bring it up here, you're out of the program. Everybody wants to be out here, and like I said, I have to kind of sift through the BS. Some guys, they know about the program, they know about the perks, they're out here every day when the other guys aren't. They'll say anything and do anything to get out here. And I have to kind of sift through their history and by talking to them to see if they will gravitate to something like this when they get out. So, this year we are going to graduate, including the women, 100
Wow.
inmates.
And how many applied to be a part of the program?
Everybody. I was explaining to other people, this is a volunteer. We have over 400 inmates, and absolutely they know what's going on. They know that these guys come out 5 days a week, where the other guys may come out 1 or 2 days for an hour.
Sure.
They know the perks out there, so everybody wants to be in Mike's garden. But when I interview, I have to put it bluntly, I have to sit through the BS. Some guys I have to feel out and see that I know all they want to do is just come out here. They have no interest in this whatsoever. Through just talking to them, using man's intuition, I try to take the men that really, really, truly want to be involved in this program and will gravitate to maybe doing landscaping or something on the outside.
Sure.
And so far, I would say every season, I've been doing this for 7 years, maybe 1 to 2 guys, I have to tell them that this isn't for you, and I'll bring out somebody else.
Is there like a trial period for everyone? Like
Everybody's on trial here. If you don't, I expect you to work hard, pay attention, you don't fall asleep in class, and learn something. I'm here to teach them to get up every morning and go and put in hard days of work. How long would you last at the Publican if you just came out and you showed up late, didn't feel like working, you wouldn't last long. That's the way it is. That's the way it is in the real world. That's the way it is in the real world. So that's what I push and teach them. And it's amazing. And you know what's amazing is we got 10,000 prisoners, but for some reason it's real quiet here. These guys go out in the garden, and it's like you can't. And they say it's a great time to reflect. A lot of times I'll split them up. I'll say, take a hoe, everybody take a hoe, nobody's together, and go out there and weed. And I said, it's reflection time. Think about what you've done and where you're going from here. So, and it's very quiet. A lot of guys call it serenity. You know, there's all different names that the inmates call this place. So, it's amazing how quiet it is. Even though we have surrounded by so. You know, I show my kids pictures. You know, they don't realize what it's really like when you're in a small cell the size of your closet and the toilet seat actually touches the bed. And you're in there with maybe 2 or 3 guys and there's no privacy. You sit on that toilet and you look out and there's guys on the other side of the aisle staring at you. I can't explain it. Once they take that freedom away from you, and it's, I don't know. We try to bring a lot of high school kids around, you know, like scare them straight. Like this is where you're ended up. You know, this is where these guys all started. You know, just like you guys did. So yeah, it's pretty rough.